I love Google Docs because it's so easy for students to access, and they can access it anywhere. They don't have to have downloaded programs or anything else. So we often use our templates for assignments as a Google Doc that the students can then type right into. So I'm going to show you how to embed a Google Doc so that when they click on the link to the Google Doc, it forces them to make a copy of that document themselves. It'll go right into their own Google Drive, whether they're using a school-based one or whatever else, it doesn't matter. And then I just usually recommend the students to get rid of the word copy of and then put their own name and at the end, so it identifies them a little bit easier. And usually we'll have like Unit 1, Activity 1, etc. So a couple things from here then. The students now own this. They can go and save it wherever they want in their own Google Drive. They can use folders if they like to. And they can type in, and then they can be submitting either by doing file, download as a Word document or a PDF to the teacher, or if their Google Docs are linked to their D2L, then they can be pulling straight across from their Google Drive. I usually recommend putting the first question here saying link to my Google Doc, so that if you want the student to give a link to their doc, that way you can be editing or commenting on their document. It makes life a lot easier. So the student would then say share their document, and they would get a shareable link, and they would say usually it can be if you're in GAPS account, it could be restricted to the particular one, but you could say anyone with a link, and you could say that they could edit it. So here's one way of doing things for the student then, and they copy the link. And so when they paste it in here, that means you have access to editing their document when they submit it. So that's for the student side. Let's look for the teacher side now. So for the teacher side, what I would prefer to do is then share your document. And what we'll do is we'll say, again, we'll say more, and we'll say anyone with the link can view it, because I really don't want them editing my document. And we'll say save. We'll copy that link. And I'm just going to show you the link at the end here. If you paste that information, there's one word we're going to end up changing, the word edit. We're going to change to copy, so the students, when they click on it, they don't just view it, they have to make a copy of it. So let's go back into our assignment, and if we edit the HTML, let me scroll to the bottom here. I'm going to put in a little test assignment. So I'm going to insert from my chain link fence here. I'm going to say it's a URL. In the URL I paste. I'm going to change the word edit to copy. If you leave it as edit, it's fine, but what will happen, they'll open it, they'll see a view only copy, then they're going to have to say file, make a copy for it to work for them. So orientation, template, and I always say open in a new window, so it pops into a new window for them. So we say insert and update, and now when the student clicks on that, it's going to automatically create a new document for them. They have to say make a copy, and we'll see that was the most recent one that came through with the Google Doc there. So